What's up, guys? This is Westpoint Steve. I'm coming out with you with a submission video for a new Ninja Turtles game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rescue-Palooza. This actually came out during the summer of 2019 this year. Came out for PC. It's a fan-made game, and I hold both the world records for this game. I hold the arcade world record at 52:31, which we're gonna see is the arcade mode, and I also hold the story percent mode at 5703. So I would like to. To me, it doesn't matter which percent I run, whether it be story or arcade. Arcade is 5 minutes faster, just because we don't have to worry about other characters that are not being used. In story percent, you have characters that are not being used. In arcade, you have all the characters. You get all the characters right away. And so we're going to talk about that here in a second, because there's two characters I use the entire game. And those two characters are very important to the run. And you'll see why in certain sections and why we use certain characters versus others. So here we go. Let's do it. Let's talk about Rescue-Palooza. Here we go. This is the game. Alright. Timer starts when you get the arcade.
There we go.
Alright. So, Rescue-Palooza has all these different stages, and it's a fan-made game based on all these different games that Turtle games. And so, the first game is Dimension X, and it kind of looks like prehistoric Turtlesaurus from Turtles 4, but you're like kind of going backwards. So, this stage here, I picked Shogun. Shogun is the main... one of the main characters I pick throughout this whole run. It's him and Shredder. And the reason for that is because of his range. His range is unbelievable. Like, he can hit enemies from a good chunk distance. So, a lot of different characters in this first stage. You got these nice little Krangosauruses things. I can't remember the actual names, but these guys come out and they're a little bit of pain. There's a couple ways you could take them out. But to start off this game, it's another beat 'em up, and you're trying to manipulate, again, left side and right side. If you watch my Turtles 2 run or my Batman Returns run, you're manipulating RNG, and you're trying to manipulate the AI to your advantage in these fights that you're doing with these enemies. So like what I just did there, it's a lot faster to take them and have them fall off the cliff than it is to have them take like 5 or 6 hits. So there's those guys. Alright. But like I said about Shogun's range is very important. And so I'm going to be utilizing that range for most of this run. So like right here, I can get a lot of good hits in on this foot cruiser. Once this foot cruiser explodes, I'm going to take a jump. And you do that. Now, I use a Super Nintendo controller with a USB on this run, and as I'm doing that, it makes the buttons a lot easier to press and all that kind of stuff. And so here's your first sub-boss fight. His name is Anthrax, and he likes to throw the axe like that. You can get really good RNG if he does it all the time, or you can get this where he just hits you with the axe. And he didn't play very nice there, but that's okay. It was a good fight nonetheless. Alright, moving on. You're going to go on to the UFO from Turtles 3. That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
that's the Turtles 3 run. And then you're in, all of a sudden, hey, you're in Turtles 4. Okay, Roadkill Rodneys. You try to merge them. You try to do the best you can and try to merge all of them together. And it's tough. These enemies could be tough. Like these foot soldiers who are on these like flying shooters, they could be tough. Now, you can pick them up. It looks kind of weird to watch Shogun driving one of these things and shooting one of these things. But I'm using this to my advantage because it actually makes me move around faster. Shogun's actually not very fast. He's one of the slower characters in the game.
Wow.
But to make you move faster, you press, you double tap forward. And when you double tap forward, you run. Alright, here we go. There's the ice sprays from Turtles 2. And here's the strat for it. I just move my character up and down and wait for him to spawn, and then you hit him. Just like that. You can't move on until you destroy these. There's 3 of them, and there they go. All done.
Insanely good.
All right.
Go, go, go. That's right.
First boss fight of the game is Trog and Granitor.
Bernie.
What you want to try to do, and I was not very successful at this. What you want to try to do is you want to try to merge Trog and Granitor together so that you're hitting both bosses at the same time. And that makes the fight a ton faster. Another thing that I'm doing here is I'm not getting hit by that missile because I'm some pixels below the hit range. And this is similar to what Turtles 3 is like. If you're slightly below certain pixels, you won't get hit by the enemy. And so I'm utilizing that strat a ton in this game. So that's Dimension X. Very easy. One of the, I guess,
It's like habit.
not easier stages. I should have said not easy, but whatever. April's is very simple. Again, this is bringing back to Turtles 2 and the arcade game. And a lot of these stages are bringing about those kind of stages. So you're going to see Turtles 1, you're going to see Turtles 4, you're going to see even some Hyperstone Heist is involved because you'll see a fight later in the game that involves that. And so this stage here revolves around Turtles 2. I did not want to get into that, but I got into it anyway. Some of these vehicles you could get in, and that kind of actually hurt me on time. When you get into certain vehicles, it can slow you down. And so like that Mother Mauser, that huge Mauser that I was in, is very slow. So I don't want to actually be in that. But I'm trying to take enemies out right now as fast as I can. So I'm trying to take them out as soon as they come in. So as soon as they come in, I'm trying to take them out so I can spawn the next enemies. And that's important in this run because it's similar to how my Turtles 2 run is like. And so I'm kind of using ideas that I know from Turtles 2 and trying to place it in this game itself.
Come on.
All right, here we go. Roadkill Rodneys. Again, trying to merge them. I got lucky with all 3 of them. I got lucky with the 3 merging and that 4th one coming up to me. So that actually was a lot of luck there in RNG help.
Got a good track. They all have good
All right.
tracks.
So here we go. Now you got this section here. It's similar to Turtles 2. You get all these guys coming out. But then there's a lot more enemies compared to Turtles 2 coming through this area. Alright. Get through this. Here we go. That spinning thing comes out. Opens the door, and it's Rocksteady and Bebop. So similar to the last stage, I want to try to merge the 2 guys together. It's a lot faster fight if I can get both Bebop and Rocksteady together. So that's what I'm working on right here. And once I got that, there it is. Here's a good fight of Rocksteady and Bebop. I'm hitting both of them at the same time. There goes Rocksteady. He's down. And now Bebop's the last one. And then he's down. And that makes the fight a ton faster. And I got a good time save out of this stage. Boom. Alright, next stage is the street.
Tempestra, come on.
Alright, the street.
Be on my good side right now.
Again, we're going to pick none else but Shogun. Okay. Again, Shogun. It's that range. We want to keep that range. He also has a strong hit. Like, he can take out enemies with 1 hit compared to some guys it takes 2. And that's an important thing, too, because you want the characters that can take enemies out really quickly instead of having to do multiple hits on an enemy. So here we go. I'm taking enemies out. I'm using a jump because sometimes this jump makes me move a little bit faster as I'm doing that.
Little damage boost there.
Took a nice little intentional hit there so I can kind of zip myself a little bit faster across the screen, and it actually gives me a little nice little time save. Okay, don't hit Josie. Okay, don't hit Josie.
Just like that, don't hit
She comes through. Don't hit her, because if you hit her, then she fights you. Maybe we could do an incentive to fight Josie. I don't know. Maybe that would be actually quite funny, because she pulls out a gun and starts shooting you if you start doing it. Okay, Tempestra. Oh my gosh. Here we go. She's ruined a bunch of my runs in the past. Her RNG can be really bad. The fight could be this simple, where she's going back and forth and coming in and out like this. And this could be the fight. Or if she's disappears,
you.
she can have like rocks fall from the sky, and that
Let's
could waste a
go.
ton of time. So I got lucky with that boss fight, and that could be like a difference between 5 to 10 seconds in the stage, just by that alone. All right, so here we go. Um, moving along here. I mean, just taking out enemies really quickly for the rest of the stage. This is a really good stage to just talk about, you know, incentives and all that kind of stuff, or you know, donations and stuff, because it gets this part of the stage is just pretty basic, just taking out enemies left and right.
Beautiful time saver.
I can talk about the other characters. The other character I'll use in this game. The other character I'll use in this run is Shredder. Believe it or not, Shredder's actually good. And it's due to the fact that the version I'm using, I should explain that the version I'm using is 1.10. There's a couple other recent versions of this game. But the reason why we run version 1.10 is it's a lot faster to run it because of Shredder's special attack. And I haven't even talked about how to use the special yet, because you don't use Shogun's special ever, because Shogun's special is actually pretty bad. Knowing him from Turtles 2, his head comes off. That's his special in this game. So we don't ever use his special attack. But again, it's all about taking out enemies as soon as they come in. So right here, boom. And right here, boom. 4 enemies come out of those cars, and you can hit them immediately as soon as they come out. And that saves a ton of time.
All 3 of you just come to me.
Alright, here we go. The Triceratons. Woo! These guys are a bit pain in the butt. Again, the idea is merge them. Try to get them together so that you're hitting multiple guys at once instead of hitting one guy at a time. Like, the red guy just decided, you know what, I'm not going to bother this fight. But then, finally, he got in there. I'm still taking him out, trying to get this fight done. There he is, done.
Dang it.
You want to try to get it without losing a
That's
life.
right, it was
And that's a good fight there. That's not bad.
it was those
Alright,
guys
here we
that
go.
kinda
The
blew it up.
bonus stage. If you do it just right, you'll get this bonus stage every single time. And I believe it's the fastest one we've timed. The pizza one, where they throw out pizzas. So this happens every 3 stages. And there's nothing I could do. There's nothing for me to avoid it, unfortunately. Yeah, I have to play the stage. Previous versions, you had the opportunity to not play the stage and move on. And so that could actually might be a thing we could look into. But the thing is if
Oh,
Shredder's
man.
special is not that powerful, then it's not going to be worth looking into. All right. After you get through the bonus stage, it'll give you extra lives and everything. Once you get through the bonus stage, you're going to go to the swamp. And the swamp music, oh man, there's some good tracks in this game. I personally enjoy the swamp music. And another stage too that we'll get to is construction. But talking about the swamp stage, these guys here that shoot these guns can be a really pain in the butt. If you get caught up in their shots, like, you can get stuck in it, and you can seriously just lose a life immediately if you get stuck. Here we go. Knucklehead. You'll see this guy come in twice. This is the first time. He'll come down, and you want to try to get as many hits as you can. I actually got 6 hits on him, which is very rare to get 6 hits on him. It takes 10 hits with Shogun. That's the best way to get him, is the 2 cycle. 2 cycles what you want on that first one. Alright, here's drones. I kind of figured out a little bit of a drone strat for this, but there's not really much of a drone strat. I mean, all I'm doing is just hitting jump and up and jump and attack and going up and down. It's not the best way, but I guess it works a little bit. I don't know. They just go all over the place. The RNG there is just, it's a little bit impossible to kind of predict what they're going to do.
Go.
After that, you get a nice little Mother Mauser, but you ignore them. You don't want it. And then you get these guys again. Again, you don't want to be caught up into their shots, because you can lose a life, and that could be very bad in this stage. So you want to try to manipulate them and try to get them together and knock them out really quickly. Alright, so as I'm fighting these dudes, Knucklehead's gonna come down, and haven't really figured out, but I think there's certain spots where Knucklehead will actually just land and that's what he does. But then there's times where he just actually tries to pick you up and tries to hit you. So there's me trying to get him. He's the last enemy now to try to kill. And I'm not going to get much of a cycle off of him. But this is his landing spot right there on that screen. I've seen him land in other spots and stay, so I'm curious if it has something to do where you're positioned on the screen. Here's Leatherhead. He's got similar fight as it from Turtles 4, and in Hyperstone Heist. So his fight's really simple. Kind of try to keep him to one side. I lose him near the end, but if I most of the time I'll just keep him over to that right side, and the fight's really simple. And that's Swamp. All right, now we're moving on to construction. I'm doing more of the longer stages first, just because of time, and then the faster times, the faster stages come more towards the end. So here's construction. This is another stage I like the music on, and so you're gonna see these pretend turtles come in, and I forget the actual game these guys come in from, but these guys come in and they make these sounds where it's just like oh, it's kind of annoying, but it's really funny to listen to. Don't get into the mounds of dirt. That will waste time. Here's some barrels. I will use these barrels because the guys on the left don't seem to want to come to the right side, so I'll use these barrels to my advantage sometimes. And there we go. I'm going to actually use a barrel to my advantage here coming up soon, and there's a reason for that. Alright, Shredder comes in. Then he makes this guy, Cement Man. Cement Man's going to come in. Here he comes. And here he is. Mini boss right here. Sub boss, I guess you want to call that. If you do it just right, and I did this a couple times before, this fight doesn't really show it, but if you're standing far enough away, he can't actually hit you in a certain spot. So in this fight, I kept him to the left side, and it was an easy fight. More of these guys, more of the fake turtles here. These guys, like I'm just doing here, I'm just jumping and doing a hit motion there, and that's it. Alright, these barrels will come in. There is going to be a barrel that you could blow up here in a second. And it's this one right here. Stand right there to the right. Boom! Zip myself across. And that actually helps. What normally takes place is if you don't do that, those guys jump in from a distance. And it's very annoying because you have to wait for them to come to you. If you do that zip is very helpful because now they come to you and they go to that left side and you just destroy them. Okay, Toka and Razer. I can't say Razer. I always say Raza. Anyway, again, the idea is trying to get these two guys together and merge them. I didn't utilize the pizza like I should have, but again, you're trying to get both of these guys at the same time. These two guys are a pain in the butt. They're definitely using their Turtle 3 fights here. And I'm going to take out Razer first. And then Toka is actually not that bad, but getting these two guys together is a pain in the butt.
Not bad.
And that's their fight. That's a pain in the butt fight. That's one fight I don't like out of this whole run. Alright, Park. This is going back to Turtles 2. And I bet you can't guess what I'm going to pick. Oh, you thought I was going to pick Tora, but no, I was going to pick Shogun. That's something that you have to be very careful of when you do this game and when you run it, is making sure you pick the right character. Picking the right character is very important in this whole run. There's times where I've done a run where I've accidentally picked the wrong character and that's not what I wanted. So here's the first time you actually see this canister. And it's got the Turtles 1 guy, Turtles Run Turtles, in the picture. You pick up the canister, it makes you super big, which means, guess what? I don't have to do anything, so I'll just let them run into me. So if they run into you, they automatically die. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to utilize that idea. Just have them hit me and basically not swing. Alright, Shredder goes across this screen. You wait. And then you're going to see snowmen coming up. Snowmen in this game are not as bad as snowmen in Turtles 2. I'm just going to say that right now. It's really nice and easy in this game. Here we go. Normally what I would do there is I would merge the two together. Didn't get a good didn't get a good RG or get a good position on that. But that's okay. And take out those enemies. Okay. Watch out for the blocks. Alright. Now I want to take out these guys fast enough because as soon as Shredder is done on the screen there, he's going to come in. But if I don't take out these guys fast enough, then he's not coming in until they're done. But there they are. They're done. I'm going to keep the Pogo Copter to the right side so that when it blows up, Shredder doesn't have to go all the way across the right side of the screen because he'll just go to the right here. Gone. And now to the Tora fight. Tora fight's actually a lot easier in this game than it is in the Turtles 2 game because you can manipulate him all day like this, and it's such an easy fight. And there it is, done. That's how easy the fight is. So much easier than in the Turtles 2 game. Alright, here's the bonus stages again. Bonus stage. Again, I'll jump up, kick, same stage. I'm going to pick this stage like 4 times throughout the whole run. Alright, haven't really discussed too many other things so far. This run, when we first started doing these runs, we had to figure out and map out like what would be the best possible routes. When we started the arcade version, the runs were like in the 58s, 57s. We had a 56 run at the beginning. And then Unquiet started out with a 55 run until I was able to break through and figure out manipulation on where guys were spawning. Spawns are pretty much coming out from the same place in this game, which is very helpful. It's a lot. I mean, it's really, really helpful. Alright, here's the dojo. I mean, if you're familiar with Turtles 2, oh my gosh, this is our worst nightmare. Shogun is the enemy at the end of this stage, but we also get to see oh, I can't think of his name right now. We'll see it at the end here. The guy from the Turtle movies. You're gonna see him involved in this stage as well as a mini boss, and then you're gonna see Shogun. Shogun is definitely a pain in the butt as a boss fight in this game and in Turtles 2 if you're familiar with it. So they decided to make him just as much of a pain as normal. There's the canister again. You'll see the canister one more time. I think one more time in this run. Again, like I said, I'm running into the guys. I'm not going to do much anything here. Tiger Strat here. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. 4 hits like that will take out the tiger. And then here's the next Tiger Strat. You have no choice, but you have to let him come in like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Done. And his range, Shogun's range, is very important with that. That's what makes this run very, very easy. Scorpions are not as bad in this game than they are in Turtles 2. You just hack away at them like this. It's a lot easier to handle. And there you go. 2 spawn on the left, 2 spawn on the right, and that's it. Those guys are easy. You just kill them as they come out. And then here we go, more orangutans. I call them orangutans. So if you saw my Turtles 2 submission video, I call these guys orangutans. These guys can be a pain in the butt, but in this game they're not that bad. Alright, here we go. Tatsu, that's right. Tatsu. Here's your mini boss fight with Tatsu. He's in Hyperstone Heist. And so here's this fight. Again, I'm standing in a pixel where I can't get hit, but I can still hit him. And that's what I'm manipulating the entire way through on that fight, and done. I'm jumping with him, going back and forth. If I can keep him in that loop, it's a fast fight. And now Shogun. Oh boy. Which Shogun will win? I don't know. Hopefully the good one. So my strat has been trying to get myself to stay on the right side of him. I don't know. Once his head comes off, it's like no bueno, because like he can hit you multiple times with his head and it's not fun. So I haven't figured out a really good strat because his hit is actually really powerful, and it's not fun altogether with this fight anyway. But I got a pretty decent fight, and I was actually pretty pleased with it. So, and I think I got a PB on this stage. Did I? Did I? It's pretty close. Nope, didn't get it. Just lost a couple seconds. Okay, I didn't remember which one it was. Channel 6. All right, Channel 6. Bet you can't guess who I'm going to pick. Nope, not Slash. Sorry, Shogun. All right. This stage is different. I don't know if it actually comes from an actual game itself, but this stage is actually its own stage. There's the fly strat. 5 flies will come out, and if you're familiar with the first Turtles game, those are the same flies that you see. 5 flies will come out just like in that line, and you take out the bottom, and then you jump up immediately and take out the upper 3. And if you do it just right, you get all 5 in one cycle. So a 1 cycle fly is really good. And so that's the strat that I actually figured out how to do. Alright. Here we go. So now we're in the TV station, like inside the depths of the TV station. Now you get these red flies. These flies also come from the first Turtles game, but they made them red, and they just fly over the place. If you get caught by one of them, then you get picked up and put up in the air. Here's a mini boss fight with Killer B. Killer B could be an easy fight. If you stay towards the middle of him, he can't hit you. So that's what I'm doing right here. He's doing his little thing. And then at the last hit, that foot soldier is going to pop out, do a jumping hit, and you can take him out so that you don't have to try to hit him afterwards. Alright. Get my pizza there. Pizza face comes out every once in a while in certain stages with a pizza. You hit him, the pizza will come out. Alright, Baxter Stockman fight. Alright. He uses his AI. They used his AI from Turtles 4. So this is the Turtle 4 Baxter Stockman compared to like Turtles 2. And there's the Baxter Stockman fight. And here we go. Alright, so here's the next boss fight that's gonna happen here. So you're gonna go out this window and you're gonna go on a train. So you're on a blimp and you come down on this train. I don't need the pizza. I got pretty much full health anyway. And we're gonna go after Karai. And Karai has got that little special attack right there. And if you get her, again, Shogun's ability, his length is what helps you in this fight. And so if she gets into that idea of doing, you know, her thunder, and she does that. I've had a fight where she just strictly did that thunder, lightning, and you could just hit her all day long, and it would take her out. All right, rooftop. I guess you bet you can't guess. Oh, I'm gonna pick Shredder. Oh, okay. This is the one where it's actually a platform. So you have a few platformer stages. And this is one of them. This is where Shredder is actually the best character to use. Shredder's a lot quicker. Shredder gets to places a lot faster. His jump kick actually speeds you up the process. And when you use his hit attack on the run, it helps a ton. There's Shredder's special attacks. So I didn't talk about much about the specials because that's what the green bar is for. The green bar over in your health area is the special. When that bar is full, you can use it. And so Shredder is the only character I will use the specials on. So right here, Mecha Turtle, done after I use the special. His special is really powerful because it shoots out these beams that hits everything. Now I'm going to do a couple zips here. There you go. Another zip there. And I didn't want to do that. Okay, we'll do one more zip coming up right here. There you go. Puts me on that platform instead. And there we go. So those little things shoot out. These platforms shoot these little orb things, and it's a pain in the butt. But notice that I'm using the kicking motion of Shredder, the hit motion on Shredder on the kick, and Slash is using Slash from Turtles 3, not Slash from Turtles 4 in this fight. But again, I missed with the special, but if you get some good specials on Slash, this fight goes really quickly. I got a decent stage on this. I messed up in some spots, but it's okay. I expect that to happen in an actual marathon run of this game. Bonus stage again. So you just wait on the bonus stage. We're going to get to the last, I think we have 2 more stages left to go. And then we start getting into the big parts of the game near the end. This is the last time we're going to do this bonus stage. We still have a platformer to go in the main stages here. And then when we get to the techno drum starts of those stages, there are 2 platformers that we have to deal with. So here's one. So we're going to go to the beach. Oh, no, we have 2 platformers left in the main stages. I forgot about Van. Here's beach. I'm going to pick Shogun. Nope. You thought I was going to pick Tora again. Nope. Shogun. Again, that's the thing. He's just making sure you pick the right character. Alright, so Shogun here. Taking out enemies really fast. His range is helping me a ton here. If you're familiar with Turtles 3, this is the first stage of Turtles 3, the beach stage. And so I'm taking out enemies really quick again as they spawn in. Alright, here we go. This is the last time you'll see the canister. So I'm going to wait a little bit. When that goes off screen, I'll use it. And that's what I've done in all 3 phases. Because I want to get these guys as they spawn in and just stand there. Like, just me standing there kills the enemy. Which is kind of funny to watch. Like, I'm basically doing nothing, standing there, and the big guys just taking guys out. There we go. And there we are. Alright, moving on. Alright. So now we're going to move on. We're on the boardwalk. And again, if you're familiar with it, this is all Turtles 3 right here. Except for this part. For these little parts here. Weird pizza to go. I don't know what that's going to be like. But I don't like the number if it says, 555 yuck. That must be Pizza Face's pizza place. Alright, get the pizza. Move on. Now we're on to the boss fight. Alright, this boss fight's very easy with Shogun because of the fact that you have the distance of hitting. So here we go. Alright. Armageddon. Here we go. So this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just standing far enough away so he can't hit me. See? And then he does his little special attack. That does nothing. I'm just staying far enough away. He can't touch me. And again, how far up or how far below I am on a certain pixel, he won't touch me. And that's the fight. It's very simple. Alright, going to ship. I miscalculated. I think we have one more bonus stage after this one. I think I counted 4 when it should have been 3. But again, we're going to pick Shogun. Okay, another Turtles 3 stage right here. If you're familiar with it, this is after the beach stage. This is stage 2 of Turtles 3. And this one's got the same idea with the little gunners off to the side. But these guys, again, you're just going to take these guys out as soon as they come in. Like, you're not even allowing them to do that. Alright, here we go. Take out these guns. You take out these guns really fast. And the reason for that is because these guys don't spawn until you start taking those guys out. And it's after a little while. But you can't move the screen until you take out that gunner. And then once you take out that gunner, then you can move on. You can't do anything else until that happens. This is the I've been working on a strat where I've been wanting to use that gun, that chopper gun, to see if it's faster, but I haven't figured out if it is faster or not. All right, you're gonna get dirtbag fight featuring ground chuck, and these are both Turtles 3 boss fights. And this is an easy one where you can actually put both guys together and just hitting both of them at the same time. Ground chuck will go to the pipe and pick that up, and then he'll start running again. And so he really doesn't do anything after he picks up that pipe. Like, you think he's gonna swing it, but he's not. There's a funny little glitch you could do with with the air shooter in that fight. And so if you want to make that an incentive, that's actually kind of funny to watch because it does something weird. Like, there's a little bit of glitching going on with the air shooter. Alright, here we go. Sewer. We are with Shredder this time around. And if you're familiar with Turtles 1, this looks like a Turtles 1 stage. And that's what it is. Alright, here we go. Fast fight. Take out the frog. Boom. Done with his special. His special is so powerful. You're going to see that here in a second with the pizza monsters. I'm using that kick here to zip myself quickly across the platformer. And there we go. Alright, here we go. And pizza monster time. Okay, take one hit, make them over here. And then as soon as you do that, use the special and boom. You take him out basically in one cycle. Meaning like he does it in one jump. Alright. The main boss is gonna be Rat King. So he's coming up here soon. But like I was mentioning earlier with Shogun, how he can take enemies out, Shredder has to take 2 hits on these guys. Unless I do the down and hit button. Here's the Rat King fight. Alright, I'm gonna wait till Rat King whistles before I use it. But I missed! Okay, so I want to be on the right pixel. With special attacks, you have to be on the same pixel. Just about the same pixel as the enemy, or your special is worthless. And that was an instance where I messed up the special. And so I'm now just hacking away. And I actually got lucky with the RNG. Rat King was actually an easier fight than normal with that. So I got a nice hacking away, but that stage could have went a lot faster. Okay, so here's the last time I'll have the bonus level. We have Van coming up, which is also a little bit of a platformer, mixed with beat 'em up here. So here we go. After that, I believe we start getting into the techno stages and fighting Krang, and that's gonna be the first Krang fights coming up. All right, the last platformer. All right, we're 36 minutes into this run, and a lot of other things can happen in this run. It's just now execution to feature onto this run. Van's one of the fastest stages in the game. We're going to pick Shredder, and we're going to utilize his special to an advantage, and we're going to utilize a glitch to its advantage too. So here we go. It's basically called the falling off the van glitch here. Every time I fall off the van, I reset my special. And so I'm going to manipulate that idea, because now I want to beat up the Barney Stockman. What I'm going to do is wait a half a second after he talks. And then once he does that, he wants to shoot a bubble. Well, I'm just going to do that and use my special and beat him in one shot. And then I jump off again to reset my special. Jump off again, reset my special. I don't lose a life while I'm doing this, so I can do this as many times as I want. Alright, now the bubble copter. I'm going to use the special, hack away, and then I want to jump off, reset my special, so I could be ready for the next boss fight. And it's seriously like that. So now I'm doing the down and attack to get rid of these enemies in one shot. And here we go. Chrome Dome. Sorry, Chrome Dome. Okay, utilize my special right off the bat. Okay, and I'm about to die, so I can reset my special so I can end the fight in one shot. Boom, done. And there's the fight. So you should have not much life left so that you can reset your special just like that. And that was actually a gold split. So now we're going to go down the Krang. And we're going to pick Shredder because, again, it involves platforming. So I'm going to use a special on right at the beginning, and then I'm going to hack away. And he's going to hit me, but that's okay because I'm not going to get hit by anything else as he's trying to hit me. And there's that fight. That's a simple fight. And now when we get inside of him, I think this comes from a Game Boy game. I can't quite remember. Now I'm trying to speed through. Now there's little things that are coming down that stomp like that. That stomp down. But Shredder's fast enough, and using his attack ability while running makes it go through all this a lot quicker. And then that special attack just rips up on that little orb so that you can fight Krang. Now I didn't set up myself up to do that special right away correctly. And so that's why I went down in that hole and reset myself. Alright, grab the pizza, reset my special. Use all specials on Krang there to get through that fight really quickly, and that was it. Okay, if you're familiar with Turtles 1, here is the Turtles 1 Techno fight. Alright. This actually gives you a platform to stand on. So I could do one little thing. And that is Shredder Special, which takes it out so quickly. So once you get on that platform, you use the special immediately, and it just takes that thing out. Got another gold split out of that. Alright, there's your Turtles 4 animation right here. Alright, for this first stage, I'm going to use Shogun. Alright, for this first stage, I'm going to use Shogun. Okay, this is a replica of Turtles 3 right here. So this stage here. And as they come in, I'm just going to take these guys out. And it's going to be really easy, just like so. Using the jumping attack is actually a lot easier for this section here than what I was trying to do with just the slashing itself. Because I missed one of the guys as they came in. If you're familiar with Turtles 3, these guys can be a pain in the butt. But got through those guys. Alright. A little stop in the action right here. Krang is crying. It's so true to life, is what he says. Alright, then he finally realizes, oh, here I am. And now you can move. Alright, moving along. Okay, taking out some of the clay soldiers.
That was good RNG there. Come on, drone.
Alright, moving along here. Rock soldiers. I think they're rock soldiers, not clay. Sorry. Alright, we're going to see the drones again. In a different way, though. There's a little bit of strat here where you could just hack away. But, again, these guys, just their RNG is just so unpredictable. Where they're going to go and stuff like that. There's really no strat for this. You just have to go with it. And that's what I do on this run. Alright. Those guys again, C3POs. I call them C3POs. Because let's be real. I mean, that's what they look like. Alright, Pizza Face comes out with a pizza. Kind of don't need that right now. Like, some of the times I'll get the pizza just, you know, just for it. And then sometimes I won't. But that's okay. Alright. More rock soldiers here. Take these guys out right before that guy comes out. One more. Done. Not going to pick up the pizza, but just move on. Alright. Continuing on. And again, this is all Turtles 3 theme stage here. So you're going to see these lasers coming in and out. Just like in...
I'm like in serious mode right
No, actually not lasers. These little orbs, these electrical orbs that come in and out. And yes, they will shock you. And if you didn't think Shogun had a skeleton, he doesn't. It just shows him just being electrocuted. Okay, and then if you stand up right here, stand over here, you will never get touched. Once you kill all your enemies, you just go over here to this corner. stand over here. And you just wait till you get to go to move on to the next screen. There you go. Alright, more C3POs. 2 shots on these guys. Some characters, it takes 3. Alright. And here we go.
Snake, let's go.
This Scale Tail is a boss fight from one of the Game Boy games. And he's a pain in the butt. If he shoots out this thing, all you do is you go down to avoid it, and then you come up and you start hitting him again. And so that's what I started to do there. He kind of got away from me though, and it's a simple fight. And there you go. Here you go. Now here's one of our first Shredder fights, and again it's based off of the Turtles 3 Shredder fight. So here we go. I'm trying to stay with him the entire way. I found that this strat's a slightly faster, but not too fast. I mean, it's not any better than what I've done previously. What I've usually have done is wait till he's kicked over to me and stay at a certain distance so that he kicks over and I start hitting him away. But I try to figure out if his AI will do this and let me get closer to him. So the fight wasn't too bad, but that's the first fight with Shredder. I do lose a little bit of time on this stage. Alright, foot soldiers just ignoring that, you know, I'm fighting enemies. Sorry to interrupt your lunch, foot soldiers. Alright, so here we go. These guys here, this is like the few times that those guys actually throw their knives at me. Okay, here's some pizzas that come out at you. Once you kill these pizzas, you actually get pizza. You can pick up the pizza to get some health back, and so that's what I do on the second one, but not the first. I don't want to backtrack and get that guy. Here's some bananas. You can thank Pizza Face for all of this. Usually, if these guys converge together, it's a lot faster, but that didn't happen. Last enemy right there, and here comes Pizza Face. Pizza Face is one of the easiest boss fights in this game. He's really easy. And as you can see, look how easy this fight is. That's just too simple. So not a bad stage, but I lost a little bit of time. So now we're in the Technodrome stages, and this looks like Mega Man in a way because it goes. There we go. So this looks like a Mega Man stage. Okay, this is the last time I'll use Shredder in the entire game. So we're near the end of the run. The last 2 stages of the game. This is a platformer, and this is from one of the Game Boy games. As you can see, it's in black and white for that reason. So we're using Shredder. Shredder can get through these platforms really quickly due to the fact that he can kick and go forward and launch himself forward, which makes that a whole lot faster. In the story mode, we would use Dirtbag on this section because we don't have Shredder. So here's Scratch. He's from one of the Game Boy games. And there's that. Okay, now we're on this section. This should look familiar. This is from Turtles 1. How this stage is played out. Going right through the wall there to get through. Now here I'm going to use an idea here. Special attack. And this is going to destroy everything in front of me. So as I start moving forward, everything in front of me is going to get destroyed by my special attack. Which then doesn't have to, then I don't have to use it for anything. Okay, here's Big Mouser. I call him Mega Mouser. Okay, opens its mouth. Use the special to hit it. You can almost get it with one special. Just depends on how long the mouth has been open during a certain time. But that's not a bad stage. But I do lose a little bit of time here due to the animation and waiting for it to blow up. But overall, it was a decent stage. It wasn't that bad. Alright, moving on. Now we're on to the last stage of the game.
Real close.
And the last stage of the game, we're gonna pick Shogun again. So here we go. Last stage of the game. And this is gonna be based off of Turtles 2 and 3 at the last stage of the game. So we're starting off with Turtles 2, and it is playing the techno music from Turtles 2. Again, do the music justice. If I stand right there, I won't get hit by those guns. Watch out for the laser. And then I'm just going to let the laser help me take out the guys on the left a little bit, and then move on. Okay, 4 guys come out of the door right there. And then these guys come out. I got hit there. Stand in that position again. Go through there. Won't hit me. Wait for the lasers to come. And then roadkill Rodneys. Alright, well, let the roadkill Rodneys get hit by the laser, and that helps you with a couple of hits, and then you move on. Okay, you do your free spray strat again right here. This is the last time you see those guys. 1, 2, 3, done. Alright, so now you go up this platform, and there's some big balls that drop down, and basically, that's it. Just avoid them. Or you can stand right there, where I'm at right now, in the corner, and not get hit. I mean, that's it. I mean, anything else you guys gonna throw at me? Really? Okay, just the big balls there? Okay. Alright, you get to see some Triceratons right here, but these guys are not as bad as the actual boss fights. These guys actually die a lot quicker. And again, the idea is to merge all 3 of them together, but that's okay. It was still not a bad strat right there. Alright, more gunners. Coming across. Getting near the end here. Alright, here's one of the boss fights. Here we go. War! He is from Tournament Fighters. So almost every game that you can think of the retro games, that turtle games that you have been represented in this game. And so War's the last one because he's from Tournament Fighters, and there's that fight. You want to try to keep him just going from left to right, left to right. You want to keep him in a jumping pattern though, but that's okay. Alright, here's Turtles 2 animation right here. This is the Turtles 2. So you got Shredder and Krang. So this is the second time we get to face off against Shredder and Krang. This time they're together. Again, when I try to, ideally you want to try to get Shredder and Krang together, because again, it's a faster fight when they're together. But I didn't get that here. Some fights you can, some fights you can't, and Krang was not helping out, so I took him out individually really quickly. Krang was Krang's the easiest to kill versus Shredder. So Shredder and Krang go off. Now the platform's going up, and now we're in Turtles 3. Now we're on a Turtles 3 platform, and Shredder will come out and turn into Super Shredder from Turtles 3, and this fight's very easy. One of the easier Shredder fights of the game. Shredder's actually not that bad. His actual original form is probably the worst of the different forms of Shredder you face in the entire game. And I'm not kidding when I say that. So now we're in the Super Shredder. Super Shredder does this. Turtles 3 Super Shredder. When he does that, you can get a whole bunch of hits on him. Again, this is basically what he does. It's not much of a fight, and then boom, he's done.
Gonna go all the way to the right.
The voice of Shredder is
Come on.
Uncle Phil, from the animated series. So the guy who played Uncle Phil, that's the voice of Shredder throughout this game. So that's the cool thing about this game, is you get to hear that. They used a lot of voices and stuff from the animated series, and so it was very unique how this done. Okay, this is the next Krang fight that you get, the third Krang fight you get. He's in this big like war machine. If you get him shooting like this the entire time, that's the best RNG. But once he starts jumping around like this, that's the worst.
Yes.
And I've had worse RNG before where he's jumped forever, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 times where he's just jumped and jumped where you can't get any hits on him. So when he's shooting guns, that's the best. That's an easy fight when he's shooting his gun. Okay, here's the last Shredder fight, and time's coming up once you defeat him. He will split into 2 Shredders, but the real Shredder's always on the left. So here's Cyber Shredder. So that Cyber Shredder's right there. So once you hit the real Shredder and you know which one you're hitting, the health bar will go. So you just keep an eye on the one that's on the left. And again, you want to be below his pixel, and boom, there he is. He's done. Time is stopped. 52:31.
There it
And
is.
that's it. I mean, that's this game in a nutshell. The arcade is the fastest between the two versions, the story mode and the arcade mode. So the arcade mode would be preferably the best idea because it is the faster run and it has the best strats in this game, so by far. So ending the game has a lot of things going on, has a lot of good music here at the end. It plays Pizza Power at the very end of the game. It's pretty cool. So we're gonna actually see those things here, but you're not gonna be able to hear the music too much. That's a shame, but that's okay. Anyway, this is a really good fan made game. This time for the arcade could definitely be pushed down into the 51s. Haven't really tried for it yet, but I don't think not too many people actually know about this game, and it would be cool to showcase this game just to get that publicity for the game, and have more runners for the game, because we haven't found a lot of things yet for this game. If there's any glitches, if there's any manipulating that we could do in the game to make this game go even faster. So it would be cool to see if other runners out there could help us out with this game, to see if there's anything else that we haven't found yet. And there's a bunch of characters we don't even use in this game. There's a whole bunch of characters from all the Turtles series, from the whole Turtles series, like from the animated series to the games to the comics, all that stuff. And so this is this game in a nutshell. It's a really good game. They put a lot of time and effort into it, and I really enjoyed this game when it came out. So I spent a lot of time playing this game over the summer. And like I said, it would be cool to see if we could find some more runners for this game and get that out there. But this is the run itself, 52:31. I would probably give myself about 57, 58 minutes as an estimate, just because RNG and RNG and certain boss fights, and also just because of execution, because execution is very important throughout this whole game, and bad execution will definitely make this go a little bit higher. So this would be a really fun game to play, the showcase, just because of how much it shows a bunch of different Turtles games, and it would be a lot of fun. This game was made because of the 30th anniversary of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so it would be a lot of fun to play this, the showcase. And so thanks for watching this game and this run. Like I said, I'm a world record holder of both the arcade and the story mode, so and I'll link the story mode run to this run as well. The only difference in the story mode run is at the very beginning, and at the very beginning we have to get our characters, and one of the characters you have to get immediately is Shogun, and so we go for Shogun right away, and then we try to get Dirtbag right away too. And Dirtbag is our replacement for Shredder, because his special is the exact same as Shredder's. So there it is. This is the run, and thanks for watching. Please consider this game for a GDQ, and I'm telling you, this would be a lot of fun to play. All right, and thanks. Have a good night.